Welcome everybody to Rob's MetalWorks. We are here in Austin at the Come and Take It Live to support my bro, the man, master guitar player Angel Vivaldi is back in Texas, and here he is. Sir, welcome back to our show. What an honor and privilege to have you again.
Oh, pleasure's all mine, man. Always a pleasure.
You know, every time I see you, I see your smile, I feel your demeanor. I always love being around you, man. Like I said, you always have this great vibe.
Oh, as do say, man. Your yellow, my green, man. We make a nice, you know, a nice summery yellow. I love it, man. Really.
Lots to talk about. I was telling you off camera. Okay, let's first talk about it. Remember the last time we spoke, Synapse, your latest record, had just been out like a month. I think last time we talked was November. Yeah. Came out in October. Now we're 8 months into the release of Synapse. It's doing really well. Your videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views for some of you people who haven't yet seen them. Go out there. How do you feel about now that you've been out there supporting the record? The record has been digested by the public and the critics alike. What do you feel the reception's been like, and was it what you anticipated?
It definitely is, you know, pretty much along the lines of what I anticipated for the most part. I think that, you know, it's a very grandiose concept record with a lot of content with it as well. You know, so obviously, you know, from a videography standpoint, you know, music videos, and we just had so much fun doing those, you know. So there's actually one more music video I'm going to be releasing when I get back. And then there's a whole documentary series on how I wrote the record, which is going to be pretty crazy, you know. But that's honestly, then I can finally close the book on the concept for Synapse. But, you know, people are just really immersed. I mean, it's amazing. You know, I guess my fans are, like, they're very intelligent people. They're very inquisitive. They always want to know, like, you know, dopamine, serotonin, like, you know, and then it gets them sucked into, like, the concept and kind of how I, you know, went about writing it and why I wrote it the way I did. And it's just cool, man. I see all the comments on YouTube. It's like, oh, serotonin, da, da, da. You know, it's just, they're so into it, man. It's jazzing me up. I love it. Last
time we talked, we got into the details of all the back end, behind the scenes things that you did to put yourself in that right mindset by painting your walls and all these different things. But you didn't tell me, or correct me if I'm wrong, did you videotape and document a lot of that stuff?
Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
So you never told me that last time.
Yeah, sorry, man.
You're keeping it on the DL.
No, the funny thing is, you know what it is? When you're doing it, like, you know, and you have a million things going on, like, these, like, you just forget, and then you go back in your hard drive, like, oh, that's right, I have all this footage, you know.
Wow.
But no, so what I did was, like, so along with, like, you know, I guess, like, painting the walls and everything, you know, I actually, you know, I filmed everything in certain ways, though, you know, in the sense of, like, you know, with serotonin is a good example. Like, you know, there was all these plants in the studio, and so I did this thing where I programmed the slider, you know, with the video track on the camera, and I had vines in front of the lens that out of focus, you know, but, like, I was in focus, just like little things like that, like, throughout the entire thing. But by the 8th song, I was getting tired. I was getting tired, man, but just kept doing it, man. And it's, yeah, I looked back at it just actually shortly before I left, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get this video stuff out.
So you're gonna release this video or this documentary. I would be thinking, like, man, I'm gonna give everybody, I'm gonna give away all my secrets of how I write these masterpieces.
No, I mean, listen, I'm very candid. I mean, I think that especially, like, when the VIPs, we've been doing this jam, VIPs, and like, I you know, for me, there's no secrets, man. I mean, like, it's just my process. You know, my process is constantly changing, and I think that, you know, it's an optional responsibility as an artist, I mean, to kind of share that with people, because, you know, we're all artists, and we all go through the same struggle of, like, not being able to write and having writer's block and getting in our heads and not having a formulated way to, like, organize our thoughts and our ideas. So I think it's beneficial, I think, to, you know, share different ideas that you have for your own process, because there's been so many people who's like, oh, I never thought to do that, and then they do their own twist on it, and then you see that, and then it inspires you to do. It's like constant evolution of you know, songwriting processes, you know, and that's very interesting. It's fascinating to me, you know, so that's why I go and do the crazy shit that I do.
I've also, you know, like I said, I've been keeping up with you on social media, and I saw a lot of the new photos that you did. I love your new photo shoot that you released with your coat and stuff. Did you bring those on the road with you?
No, I can't play that in the summertime, man. I'd be passed out on stage and pulling my own sweat. No.
Great photos. And I remember, you know, talking with you last time. You're like, Rob, you know, I'm an artsy guy. You know, I'd be an interior designer if I wasn't a musician. And when I see all of your photos, I mean, like, I'm like, God, you know, that's Angel Vivaldi right there. I think that's also too. so much of what people love about Angel is, just the huge amount that you put on the visual is important.
Yeah, I mean, that's my Michael Jackson influence right there, man. Because honestly, I mean, that's who I grew up with. That was like the biggest impact. Everything that he did was so grandiose and big, and it was always that, again, that feeling of what is he going to do next? What is he going to do next? So
Yeah.
if I'm going to do something that's going to represent me as an artist, I mean, I want to make sure it represents me as an artist. It's not going to like necessarily half-ass something. I really want it to have a purpose, not just photos or just having photos. No, I want to treat it. I want it to be something different. But not necessarily different for different sake. It's just different to the integrity of what I feel like I'm about.
And you always look good.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I'm looking at you right now, and I'm like, I don't remember him being so like bulky and strong.
It's bulking season. I'm just eating a lot on this tour.
Are you pumping and weighting?
Yeah. Since February, I've been like really into like fitness and
I
just.
can really see a difference in you than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, pull up a screenshot of our last video, and be like, "Who's this guy?"
Version 2.0, Angel Vivaldi. So, Angel, it's great to see you back out on the road, man. I know that the road life can be challenging. It's a struggle out here, being away from home and doing your thing. But, of course, all the great vibes that you get from your fans every night on stage is definitely worth it.
No, yeah. I mean, every time I go out, because it's pretty difficult to get like on bigger tours and stuff like that, but I don't let it stop me from performing. I love performing. I love meeting people and just like kind of, it's my opportunity. I mean, because online, you can comment people. It's like, oh, thank you so much. No, but it's different when you're hanging out at merch, and I wait till every single person's done. I'm just like shaking their hand, looking them in the eye, and saying like, thank you. It's a different experience, and I really don't take it for granted. That's like, there's like this barrier online, like that you just don't really viscerally get that, and I think that fans, I mean, it's just a different experience completely, man. So all the craziness aside, man, it's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
And so for some of you people who don't yet know and are watching this interview right now, the man is out on the Melodic Decadence tour, still going on until like the 20th or 22nd of July. So please be sure, if you're in the area, the man comes through, come in and check it out. Angel, what's this run been like for you so far?
It's been incredible, man. I mean, I'm playing Synapse in its entirety,
Wow.
which is crazy. I mean, the songs are very challenging. I had to practice quite a bit to just get, the muscle memory out, and it's cool. So the first half is, all Synapse from beginning to end, and then we're doing, all the fan favorites, because I'd be, the biggest jerk if I didn't play, Martian Winter, Mercurian Summer, and all those songs too. So it's a little bit off of all the records, and it's been incredible. I have Dave Dunsire playing guitar for me on this tour, Anthony Barone on drums, who's, he's played with everyone from like Whitechapel. He's like 24, and he's like toured the world. He's just an absolutely incredible human being, incredible musician. Yeah, man, it's been awesome, for real. It's been a good time.
I also heard that you're kind of doing these like special VIP jams with special fans who really want to get close to you, and guitar nerds who want to see what you're doing and maybe learn a little technique from you. Share a little bit about it. If people want to get involved with the VIP jams, what does that entail? What's it been like so far? What are fans taking away from it?
Ooh, I'm taking just as much away from it as they are, honestly, because I mean, dude, there's so many amazing musicians in the world.
Yeah.
Like, this is the day, like, if you Google the word, like, shred or guitar virtuoso, or something, like it's endless, So, but yeah, pretty much it's a Q&A session. And then from there, we just go and, trade licks back and forth over, one of my songs. And, I do 4 bars and they play 4 bars. And, it's like a musical conversation back and forth,
Yeah.
And we do this with every single person that's down to do it, And but it is very interesting for me seeing, people write melodic phrases over music I've written, and they play differently than I would have never thought to do what they're doing, And it's incredible. I'm learning so much, and they're learning so much, where it's very, very intimate. It's very limited. It's only like 10 people, per date, because I want to make sure everyone gets enough time to like, do their thing. And yeah, some people get too nervous to do the jam, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. Typically they have like really engaging questions, and shit, I get nervous, man, So especially with like some of these guitar players who are monsters, man. But it's inspiring. It really is inspiring.
When we were outside, I saw this guy. He had a guitar and he just ran all the way to his car, opened his trunk, put his guitar away, ran all the way back into the club.
Yeah,
so
no,
I said,
the guys in the VIP.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. So as we are, fast running through this summer, as fast as time seems to be going by, what do you have planned for the fall? Do you still want to do more road work, or are you going to start focusing on your new record, things like that?
Yeah, so for me, it's just the documentary that's going to be coming out this fall. And then I have one more tour I'm going to be doing before the end of this year.
And what happened to, I remember last time we talked, you were going to do the part 2 Away with Words. What happened with that?
Yeah, so that's going to be coming out sometime in 2019, most likely mid-2019. Yeah, that's
So kind of the acoustic.
all acoustic, yes, and all acoustic records. So that should be really interesting, very different. You know, it's going to be a different challenge. But that's one I'm really looking forward to. I have this music sitting around for quite a long time, so finally nice to just start turning the page, to that chapter. It's going to be really cool.
And what about the follow-up to Synapse? Have you already been thinking about that, or is that you're going to wait till Away with Words is out of the hatchet there?
Yeah, I'm starting to plant the seeds. Just the seeds, just to kind of see some different ideas, and I'm pretty organized with my workflow and keeping good record of ideas and videos and stuff that if I'm on the road, here's a little idea, I'll record it real quick. But yeah, the seeds are there. I think that once I get Away with Words Part 2 done, I can focus on more of that stuff.
Have you at all, because Synapse was strictly an instrumental record, have you ever at all considered, hey, I might want to have a vocalist on a particular song?
Yeah, I've done that before actually. I've had if you know Chris Clancy, he was in Mutiny Within. He did guest vocals on one of the songs, and it was interesting because we posted, and he's a phenomenal vocalist. Like, he's just one of the best, like, in my opinion, in like the metal world. And the fans were like, "This is really awesome. Don't ever do this again." I was just like, okay, like, they just want the instrumental stuff. So, but that aside, I am working.
Does that faze you?
As far as what?
As far as fans already having a paradigm of who they think you are, and you can say, you say, like, don't put me in this box. Let me, and because I think some artists have a fear and some do not, of saying, hey, I'm going to do my thing, and if I, piss some fans off, then, that's just the way it is. I got to do what I got to do.
Of course, man. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't, I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, I have songs like Sea of Heartbreak that are very ballad. I have songs like 5 straight ballads, and I have songs like 2 that are tech death. Then I have songs like Martian Winter that are just, more progressive metal. Even that alone is just all over the place, So whether that be to my detriment or my benefit, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. I think the most important thing is just to be sincere about what you want to say, because then it's easier to work. If you're trying to be fake, I don't know. I feel like people see through that. Fans are getting smart. Fans are getting smart, and they know. And I'm not a try-hard, man. I'm not. If it comes out, it comes out, and I respect it.
Right.
And that's just how I operate. But yeah, it's a balance of that. But I mean, like an acoustic record, for instance. Like, I don't know how they're gonna react to that, but I really don't care at the same time.
Right.
But it's just a matter of living to your authenticity. That's the most important thing for me.
Angel, I always love interviewing you, and as we get near to the end of this interview, I just want to ask you a couple of other things. I read a post that you put on your social media. I follow you, and this post, it really hit me. I've been following musicians and interviewing artists for many years now, and I've seen different artists have different feelings and approaches about this business, the industry side of music. Obviously, we all have to stay kind of fiscally in the green to keep doing what we do. Relationships are important. And I remember when I saw your post, I can't remember if it was a specific day. It was back in March. I'm looking at it right now. I have it here on my phone.
I wonder what it is. I'm gonna like.
And it was, it really captured me. And I remember I shared it on my Facebook, and I said, this is a guy who really gets it. And you posted something. I'm gonna just share a couple with here. The person you are influences how your art is perceived. Yeah. Very, very true. I mean, because I've met musicians who I love their music, then I meet them in person and they're assholes, and then I'm like, ugh.
It ruins it, man. It ruins it. And it ruins it or makes you love it more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The industry is small, word travels fast, mind your speech.
Absolutely. Everyone's connected through someone else, man. Everyone's connected through someone else. I mean, everyone's going to have, a particular opinion of you. I mean, like, listen, people don't like me, you know, and you only have so much control over that. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you're minding what you're saying, how you're saying it with tact and class, that's all. Everything that happens from there, that's it, man.
And that was one of the last pieces you put. You said, get over the fact not everyone is going to like you or you're right.
Right.
Get over it and move on.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. Great words, people. I think that's one of the reasons I really admire you and respect you. You're a good guy, and you're from the heart. You have a lot of corazón, man, and I'll always support you, Angel. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time with us this evening. Any last words for your fans, people who will learn the name Angel Vivaldi tonight out there?
No, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Really, from the bottom of my heart, genuinely, sincerely grateful for all of it, and so grateful for you, man. Really, you guys are awesome.
Thank you, sir. Remember, everyone out there, the man's latest record is out there right now. Go pick it up. It's called Synapse. You saw Angel Vivaldi only right here on Rob's Metalworks.